I get this tweet that blew up recently and people was shocked about these tips. And in this video, if you use Claude Code, I will share you 5 tips that nobody know and most of Claude Code user doesn't use. These tips is really useful to you and I recommend you to follow this video until the end and share it to any friend or people that use Claude Code in the daily work. So the first underrated tips, the first tips, the really craziest one that really blew my mind about how it's a big mistake for Claude Code. The biggest tip is the context space. If you use Claude Code daily, you know that the context is the most important. If you don't know it, me personally, in all my chats, I will use a lot of token because I make huge feature with Claude Code. And when you have auto compact, so these settings, when you run /config, you have auto compact here true or false. When it's true, you have basically 22% of your context that is blocked for the auto compact buffer. What is this auto compact buffer? It's basically linked to this environment variable Claude Code max output token. It will basically keep a buffer of the maximum output token that Claude Code can make in one message to keep this space. So when you fill up your context with 100%, you still have space to generate new token. Okay, so if you disable these settings, you have basically 22% of your context that became available instantly. It's fucking magical, okay? And most of people have this setting as true. But the biggest trap is people think that if you disable it, you are not anymore able to run /compact. But in this conversation, you can see that I run in this warning context flow run /compact to compact and continue. Because you can see that I have 199,000 tokens used in this conversation. And when I run /context, you can see that I use 202,000 tokens, so 101%, and I don't have any space to generate any more message. But still, I'm a little bit crazy, so I'll run /compact with argument, please save the current state of test. So here we can see that we have compacting conversation, and as crazy as it can be, it's still work. So here, the compact finish, we have all the data, and I ask Claude, is the current compact full of useful information or no, or it seems trim, limits, or anything like this, please analyze this compact information. And you can see that for him, he have all the data he used inside the chat, that he have the main information, the min or gap, and the compact is fully usable to continue work. The pendy stack is clear. Want me to process with cleaning the debugging log. So as you can see, it's still completely worked. No problem, 100% work, and you can see that we have now a lot of space because we go down to 24%. So this auto compact feature is fucking awful, fucking useless, and I don't understand why Claude Code team have this, because it just use your context for not a lot of things. The best thing to do, obviously, is to basically reset your context. We agree on this. Or you can also use my tips. That is, so if I run resume, I can go back to the first chat. So just here you can see that we have the full context used now, but you can also, so if I try to send a message here, it will not allow me normally. So here a reply, somehow I don't know how it's possible, but I am full of context. If I say continue your work, I think he will stop really fast. So as you can see, it's stop. The other tip you can use, instead of running /compact that will take around 10 to 1 minute, you can make /export. Then you will make copy to clipboard. Then you will cut the conversation. You will start a new conversation. You will paste this chat and write continue. At this time, you can see that before I just send the copy paste chat, we was with 100% context used, okay? And here, by just exporting, copying the chat and pasting, we reduce to 50% context use. So we just split the context by 2. And we have now 100,000 tokens to generate and to code. The only issue is that the IA actually will not be able exactly to understand, and she will need to read every file again. But aside this small issue, normally you will have everything work fine. So this is the first tip. So the first tip is a combination of some useful information about compacts and this export, import tips that make the life way easier. So this is the first thing. The second thing is the shortcut Control-R, Control-R, if I have good English for some time. So here what happened basically is when you write Control-R, you can search a prompt. For example, I can search test and find the prompt I write for this demonstration, or I can search E to E. And here we can see that I can search any prompt. It's really useful to search in your history of prompts, so you can basically find again a new prompt like feature, and we can see that we have this beautiful highlight word when you choose something. So this chat is a bit big, but it's okay. So this is the first tips. The second tips, Control-R. The third tips that not a lot of people know is Control-S. So for example, if here I start to write a big prompt. So this is a big prompt that I start to write, but I don't know what to do. So here I just explain something, and I will want to keep this prompt for later. I can write Control-S to save. Now I have a staged prompt. I can say, please continue, so I can write another prompt. And when I want to use the stage prompt, you can see that as soon as I send it, it's a comeback. And I can stage it again, write a new prompt, send, and I will have my staged prompt auto-restore after submit. So this is really useful. And when IA is doing something and you are like, no, change this, change it, instead of going, copy pasting, and everything, so this is not the right shortcut, is boom. Instead of copy pasting and everything, you can just use Control-S and it solves this issue. Tips 4 is the rename. So here we have a quite big conversation, and I can write /rename, and I can name this capture page analytics. When you do this, what is the purpose of this is that when you will run /resume, you will have a beautiful name for this chat. Not this kind of shitty log, not this kind of shitty log, and not this kind of shitty. Because if you use Claude Code right, you always use Claude Code with workflow. When you use workflow, you run command. When you run command, you have a shitty as fucked history, as you can see just here. By renaming your conversation, so for example, here I can /rename avatar uploader for organization and account, and here I can come and rename admin change plan feature. So here I basically rename all my session, and then now when I come in the chat and I run /resume, I can see that I have all my chat. And this is really important because if you want to search admin, you will not understand this command, but you will clearly understand this. So here it's really useful. You can also normally type anything to search in this area. If you need to know that there is a lot of feature, for example, B to show the branches. What is a branches is basically when you compact most of the time, and A is to show all projects. So here you have all repository and not only the main one. So really interesting. Use this more so you can create chat, rename it, reuse it. It's really important and useful. The last trick I recently used, if you are like me running a lot of agents in the same time in your code base, I create rules, and I propose you to add more automatization like this. So in .claude, you can create rules. And for example, here I create a changelog rules. So to create these rules, I recommend you to never create yourself. In the first link under this video, you will find my Claude Code configuration with everything I know. And you can run a Claude memory with the skill and ask him, create a new changelog rules that need to do X, Y, Z. Okay. So by using this skill, it will be way better result. So When we have this, I create these changelog rules, really useful, that ask to Claude Code to add some changelog. And whenever an agent is doing something, as you can see just here, he will update this changelog. What is the changelog? It's basically everything IA agent do. It's the changelog for IA agents. It's really, really useful because first, when you will make the command, for example, /review or anything, he will be able to know what thing he need to check. Yes, he can check the commit, but sometimes when you run multiple agents at the same time, the commit is not that clean, okay? So I create this and then I can just stash the pull request and I don't have any issue. And here you can see everything the IA agent is doing. The next advantage is when you come back to the conversation, you can easily see what they just do. So for example, I'm here, I'm in this chat, then I want to go back in this chat and I'm like, but what the hell he does? Refactor, update, organization, setting image with the same upload image button pattern, and I just get my beautiful changelog just here so I can follow. Also, the other agent can understand what other agent do, and by doing this, it's just make the better result and enable you to follow everything you do. So as you can see, when you use the agent right, you can do quite a lot of feature in one day, like insanely a lot of feature in one day. This is a basic work with IA. So by doing this, it's really interesting, I think, for your job. So this is my last tips. I recommend you right now to go in the first link in the description, subscribe and get my config. You will have a lot of things, my statue line, context window that enable me to really do a job of 10 developer every day. So this is really insane. And also make a comment, please. It will really be helpful for me so I can be in love and happy with myself. See you, bye-bye.